Guess what, everyone? It's live. You got your wish. You got me by myself. You did it. Dimitri, I told you I'd start without you. I told you. You're late. This is what happens. This is studio time. This is money. Jeff makes money. I make money. You're wasting our money. You're the reason that this podcast is not going across the world right now because you decided that you wanted to stay at work later to try to make money for your family. Well, guess what? Your family, the roster, was left behind. But I said, no, I'm here. I'm going to take you to the next level. I'm here. Roster, don't you worry. Papa Bear is here. He's not letting you guys behind. Don't you worry one bit. We don't need him. We don't need him. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. What do we have on the agenda today? Oh, my God. No. I was doing so good there.
No, you weren't.
What are you talking about?
This podcast rocks.
Look at that.
Let me get my Timbits.
You walk in, you stuff your face
Yeah.
right away. You haven't even taken off your jacket.
Can I do a mic check? Jeff, we good? I think we're... Oh, yeah.
It's
We're
hot.
live. Mitch, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Thanks for showing up today. We appreciate it.
You know, Mitch, not everyone can work from 9:15 until 11:15 a.m. Go and do whatever.
You know, I think Triple H said it the best. Don't hate the player, hate the game. You know what I mean?
I actually admire it.
Absolutely. Don't hate it. It is what it is.
Time out.
But don't you worry. You know, me and Jeff at first were joking. We're like, we're going to do this on our own. Who needs it?
You were committed.
I was committed. I said,
You're
you know
gonna
what?
do the
This is the
whole
only
show.
way. This is the only way to teach you a lesson. This is the only way.
I'll tell you what. If I didn't make it by the time we do Macro Mind, I can't come in.
Yeah, I won't lie to you, and that's the part
Were
I
you
know
worried?
I do not. Oh,
Were you-
I was.
You were worried.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
worried.
but you did it
already.
well when I was in Greece.
No,
You did
I
it all
appreciate the
right.
compliment. I was not that guy. You know what?
I'm just trying to butter you up.
Did you notice last week Jeff sent us that email with the link and how good it sounded? You know, did you notice it sounded better? The podcast sounded better.
Podcast always sounds good, but yeah, there was some.
He's the one that said.
Yeah,
you know,
something happened.
Well, he just told me what he did.
No.
He got some plugins. You know what these plugins are called?
Dildos.
Oral exciters.
What? So it's close.
You were very close.
Hold on,
I
Jeff, so
bought
you
it
orally
online.
stimulated our podcast last
You
week?
orally stimulated.
Yes, it was orally stimulated.
That's amazing.
It's kind of weird.
Well, cat's out of the bag. That's why I'm late.
Yeah, no doubt. No
I can't believe
doubt.
you actually started
Hey,
without me.
I told you. You know what?
I missed the
I'm
music.
going to tell you something.
I missed the music.
You know what?
It's
It'll
my
come.
favorite. I'll catch it at the end.
It is. He'll catch you at the end. But the reality is, our roster people, they want us to be on top of our game. And you know what? With the gout and the bursitis and the trips and the getting married, we missed out some on things.
Big Sauce was phoning me. Do I answer right now?
No, you don't answer right now.
Yeah, he's got it.
He's got. Jimmy, where's my money? Jimmy, where's my money?
I need the money.
No. Yeah, the people, we said that we were going to do polo. We haven't done that yet. So we got to be our men of our words on some things.
2019.
Yeah.
We have to deliver.
We gotta
You know,
deliver.
in all fairness, I can't get mad at you because I think it was my rule
It was, actually.
because I was showing up early at the
That's
beginning.
right.
And you were always late.
That's correct.
And I said, okay, whoever goes past whatever the time was, I can't remember what the time was, you have to start.
That's right.
Well, I guess I'm eating my words.
I guess so.
But
I
let's
kinda
eat the
liked
words
it.
that
Let's
you've written down here.
Oh, I had to write a lot of words today.
How you been, man?
I'm
How
okay.
you
How's the
doing?
weekend? How's the weekend?
You know what?
I see a little haircut there.
You just see it?
I noticed
yeah,
it.
you noticed it. Looks
I
pretty
noticed
good.
it.
You know what? The weekend was great. I had my goddaughter / niece. It was her birthday.
Beautiful.
So we just had a little get together there.
Well, happy
you know when you get a gift and you're like rock on. So we got her this nice jacket from the Gap.
Yeah.
She opens it up. My sister right away, she goes, I've been eyeing that jacket for so long. We just never got it. Right. So two things came out of it. I'm an excellent godfather / uncle.
Yes.
She's a shitty mom.
Right.
Right?
Wow.
Well, think about it. How many times did she look at it and say, no, my daughter will not have this jacket?
You
I
know what?
have to come along.
When you word it that way, you're right.
But think about it. It's like, I've been eyeing it for a while. So
Yeah.
what stopped you?
Nothing.
Right, you know?
No.
So good for me. Shame on you.
I love the way episode 61 has started.
This is- I
the
should
best
just show
start.
up
You,
late.
you need to show up late on every podcast. This is fantastic.
But other than that, and we had a little get together. So every year we got you know the parea, the group that we have, right?
Sure.
So because it's hard when you get older to find time to get together.
Yes.
We always plan one day during the Christmas time.
Got it.
You know, not everyone can make it, but at the same time, it was just great just to have some drinks, share some laughs, and yeah, it was good.
Well,
so
good. I'm
what
happy
I
you
did.
guys all got together, and the people that missed out, you know what? Suck it. You missed out. Looked like a good time. Looked like a good time.
I don't even know if we missed out for them not being there.
No.
And I think the
You know, that's the worst when you get forgotten. It's the worst.
It's
Now,
terrible.
let me tell you one thing. I told Jeff this earlier. I'm going to repeat it.
Okay.
The amount of calls I got this week with regards to our Maga Malaka Christmas presents segment last week.
Was it the finger painting stuff?
People were losing their minds. And I quote, "Thank you for being honest." You're welcome, roster. You're welcome, world.
Yeah.
That's right. Those finger paints and all those ashtrays and all that crap you get, they're garbage presents.
Give it with cash or take it back.
That's right.
You know what? That's why it's real locker room talk.
That's right.
Right? This isn't the
what it is.
locker
It's not fake-
room.
it's not fake locker room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
or
that's right.
hey, we're the locker room.
We're not the closet. It's the locker room.
Welcome to the
Hilarious.
Amazing.
Yeah, no, we got some accolades on it. Now listen,
Amazing.
let's
Good.
start it up. Let's get going. We got a lot to do. What's on the itinerary today, sir?
We got to speed things up because I came late. You know, Jeff's got a timetable too, so we're going to talk about the NHL. I want to get back.
Lots of NHL.
I want to get back into something. Last week's episode was contradictions in sports. I want to talk about contradictions, just to quickly follow it up into,
Yeah.
but altercations as well.
Altercations.
Absolutely.
We're a little Hall of Fame talk. A little. Our new social media guy. I don't know how he hired himself, but Paulie D's been all over.
Let me tell you something. Paul can suck it too. 'Cause
Why?
I'll tell you why. Because Jeff. No, I'm just kidding. No, that would have been a good macro, but
Maybe.
Jay, my man,
Yeah.
Jay Quile out there. Yeah, I am going to give you a shout out, and I'm going to give you a ton of shout outs, not only because he's a Giants fan, but
Right.
because he's smart and he gets it
Right.
and he understands. And Jay, just so you know, in a few weeks out, I want to put your NFL picks to the test. You're going to be on the Pick'em segment. I love it. Shout out, Jay. Thank you for the support and
Big
following, and thank you for being friends with such an idiot, Paul. Paul,
Yeah.
big controversy that sparked this huge
Paul got
debate.
excited today. How many polls did he put out in the last 24 hours?
I think that's the most work he's done. I think his employment insurance is phoning him saying, "Wait, you said
you don't talk about our social media
you
guy
said-
this way.
you said you didn't
know
have a
what? He's gonna
job."
happen. If you start saying that he's going to hear the podcast, then he's going to stop doing it, and then one of us has to do it. I love it.
Great
I
job,
love that.
Paul. You're
Great,
right.
Paul.
You're right about everything. Keep going."
Exactly. Way to go, Paulie. I love it. So we're going to talk a little Hall of Fame, what he brought up.
Yeah.
We got NFL. There's big news on the horizon.
Big news.
Big win this week. We
Big.
got to talk about that.
Oh yeah, there's tons of stuff that happened.
Sportsfolio.
And of course, we're gonna cap it off. Stay till the end, you guys.
Yes, you have
I
to.
mean, really, the best part of the show,
That's
dare I
correct.
say,
Yes.
is Maga versus Malaka. But we're gonna take it one step further.
Yes.
With the Maga Malaka staying on the Christmas train, but you gotta wait to find out.
That's right.
You gotta wait to
Gotta
find
wait. Gotta wait. But you know what? I want to do it right now.
No.
I want to do it right now.
Mitch, we should.
It's so good. I kid you not.
Because I'm late. And
That's right.
we got to cut the
That's
time.
right.
So why don't we get into
Exactly.
What am I doing? I'm not thinking straight. See, this is what happens when you come late.
Just do it.
No, see, I don't fall for these tricks because before we get into anything on the show, and Jeff, cue the music. We got to bring to you the Macromind Media metrics of the week. Macromind Media metrics. Macromindmedia.com is the brilliance that's brought to you reallockerroomtalk.com. Don't believe us? Just check out the website and the amazing work that they do. And don't even stop there. Check out the portfolio and what they're doing for companies worldwide, not just with Macromind, but hashtag AskDrRT at Headversity, where you can ask for virtually anything. They're doing a great job. Macromind Media, bringing to you the metrics, doing great things. And I'll tell you something else that they're doing. We got a new download in the United States of America that are united.
Really?
Absolutely. And if I were to tell you, Mitch,
Okay.
that you know, sometimes it takes a little bit for things to catch on,
Sure,
for
of
people
course.
to listen to us.
Okay.
I divert to the NHL.
Okay.
Do you realize that we are getting downloaded officially
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
in the same state as the reigning, defending Stanley Cup champions?
I swear to God to you, I was going to say as a joke, I wonder if Donald Trump is the guy doing it. That is so weird.
I'm telling you, you can welcome El Washingtino
Really?
to the El podcast.
Well, thank
I don't know why I
you.
did the L, but
No, it's all
it
right.
makes sense to
Yeah,
me.
sure.
Now, here's a great thing about the podcast is we're getting downloaded in Canada.
Yeah.
We're getting downloaded in the United States.
Yep.
You know, we're getting downloaded in places in Europe.
Abu Dhabi.
We're even in the Maldives.
Maldives.
People taking vacations.
Australia.
But we also get downloads.
Yeah.
From Agape Greek Radio.
Ah, right.
AGAPE GreekRadio.com. And the reason we get it is because worldwide, you get that broadcast, Mitch, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And, you know, it's a really, really good thing. And, you know, I thank everybody on the show.
Well, that's fantastic. That is some great news.
And you know what?
What?
I got to do it.
No, don't do it.
You know, it just, when you're talking Agape Greek Radio, you're talking Stan the man. That's right. Stan, thank you.
You know what? I want Stan one day, Stan, just call us and know our name and say, hey, thanks, guys. That's all I wish. That's all I ask for.
He only knows my name. That's it.
Well,
That's all
he
needs to know.
See, we said this last week. He doesn't know your name.
Yes, he does.
Oh, really?
We talk.
What did he call you last week?
Call me Dimitri.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
He thinks your name is Jim.
Yeah, well, it's a nickname of Dimitri.
Carolus. That's your name.
That's because we're friends, Mitch.
Right.
That's why he's like, yeah, I call you
unless
Jim.
he's an 80-year-old Greek man and calls you Jim because he has the right to, he can't.
Yeah, but you know, it's a friendly thing. Hey, Jim, how you doing? You know, he's got a lot of Dimitris or Jims.
Sure.
How you
So
doing?
he just gave you Jim.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Hey, as long as you're happy. I just feel like the amount you plug him and you get his name right one time. I'd like to see him call you the right name one time. It's not too much for me to ask.
I got to do it.
That's it.
I got to do it.
Stan, well done, Stan. I don't know how you keep getting on this podcast, Stan, but you keep getting on here. And we better win that reward next year. That's it.
Well, that's why I'm doing
That's it. I see what you're up to here.
You ungrateful piece of shit. That's what I'm doing. And I'm praising.
Yeah.
I'm praising. We're on Agape Greek Radio
Right.
because of the Vixen and Jackal.
Yeah.
Stan is putting us out there.
Let me ask you this:
You're killing
how much do you think the Vixen and Jackal say Stan's name on their podcast?
Doesn't matter what they're doing.
I'm just saying, how many times do you think they do it?
We're not here to look at other people.
Well, we
Mitch.
got to emulate the winners. They're the champs. We should be copying what they're doing.
We just need a full year under our belt. That's
Fair
it. We
enough.
can't be denied.
I agree with you there.
We can't be denied.
I agree with you
Okay,
there.
you like on Wayne's World. Remember when the Wayne's World, he got sponsored by whatever that guy, and then he had the signs where he's like, you're a sphincter, you're an idiot,
Right.
while he was on the show. That's what you're doing to Stan. I don't get it.
You know, we've talked
We're
about
gonna
this
get
before,
kicked off.
but you got me into the whole
Sphincter
movie
says
thing
what?
now, and I don't want to talk a lot about it. But isn't this the best time of year where all these old movies are constantly being played?
100%.
It's the best,
Really
right?
quick, Die Hard, Christmas movie or not?
Great question. I gotta be honest, it is, but I'd be lying if I said I go out of my way to watch it. You know what I mean?
I am exactly with you on that. It is a Christmas
Do you know what I
movie.
literally caught myself doing yesterday? And I kid you not, call the wifey right now. Home Alone 2 was on, and I literally got pulled into the vortex and stuck on it.
How do you
almost
not?
all day.
How do you not?
Macaulay Culkin, you son of a bitch, you did it again. You son of a bitch, you are the greatest child actor of all time.
And you know what? It's another one of those movies where the sequel maybe is greater than the original.
You know what? Yes.
Home Alone 2
yes. And his
is up
puns
there.
and his jokes, dead on.
That's what I'm saying. It's up there with Empire Strikes Back and Terminator 2.
Well, what about a little Godfather 2?
I'm a Godfather 1 guy.
No, I think we have talked about this.
Yeah, I'm a Godfather 1 guy.
Here
Not
we go.
to say I
Here we
don't
go,
like 2.
stealing the F word stuff again.
Ah, whatever. Their show's going to crash anyways. But thanks for listening in the downloads, Gene.
Whoa.
What? Do they can talk sports?
He's a former Lufa winner. Part of the D&G squad.
He's reigning
Little respect
defending.
for the guy.
He's not former. He's reigning
Oh,
defending.
yeah, good point. We've only done one. That's a good point. All
He's
right.
like, am I done already?
Oh,
The show's not fixed, I promise.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, Mitch,
Here
let's get into
we
it.
go. We go right into it, ladies and gentlemen. NHL. I said to myself, you know what? We go hard on the NFL each week, but we're lacking there. We're lacking the NHL a little bit, and I want to just kind of remind everyone, we're 30 games in. You know, like we're not halfway there, but we're halfway there.
We're like 35,
Like Bon
40%.
Jovi say, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. So, bottom line, so I was doing a little recon work, you know, checking out the NHL, seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
Put a couple of text messages together to old South Carolina George, see what's, you know, what's kind of crawling with him today, you know, because he gets really upset, by the way. So,
I'm sure he was upset about that
I
Flames-Oilers
saw
game.
something today, and I wanted to bring this up to you.
Yeah.
Okay. I looked at who's the leading scorer in the league, who's got the most goals, who's got the most assists, who's the best goalie in the league. Those are the ones I think that everyone kind of looks at when it comes to hockey, right?
Sure.
Every single leader is a European. Quick question to you, to the roster. Are the Europeans taking over Canada's game?
Ooh, what a way to start.
Yeah, that's the way we're starting this.
Hit him with the heater, Ricky.
Let me show you this. Mikko Rantanen, assists, 36 points. He's also the leader with 48 points overall. You got the ageless wonder, Ovi, with 22 goals. Right behind him, you got the Patrick Laine,
yeah.
The finisher, as I call him.
Ooh.
The finisher. I gave him his own name. PK Rinne's leading the league in save percentage at .935. And he's got a goals against average of 195. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I think the Europeans are taking over Canada's game. The players.
I think there's something to be said there, Mitch. When I look at it on a whole as an international competition, I still think that Canada is just edging it out. So the majority of players on rosters are Canadian. Still, the Canadian team does well in international play. However, the gap is so small. I would say that I don't know if they've taken over, but this just shows me that they're just as competitive. This, along with all the other things that are happening. Yeah, you can't take it for granted anymore. This isn't, oh, Canada's good. And this is the thing. When you look at these international countries, they have a big pride on sport. They don't want to lag behind. Sweden and Czech Republic and all these countries, they don't want to lag behind Russia. No, they want to win, and they're shortening the gap big time. I mean, you look in the last few years, even just draft picks in the NHL entry draft, way more international players are getting in the top 1, 2, 3 of these picks. So yeah, I'd say it's very close, Mitch. What about you?
This is what I think. Here, call me crazy. As the game becomes less physical, the Europeans are going to beat us out for a period of time before the Canadians catch up. See, our game is all
Fair
about
point.
being tough, right? Going in the corners, smashing guys, being the, body checks, hardcore play, never stopping, motor running 24 hours a day kind of thing. But I think as the game progresses to be more talent, the Europeans have been doing that for years. I think that they're getting better, and it's starting to show now because there's no more clutching and grabbing. There's no more really hardcore body checks that you really see anymore. We talked about it last week with the fighting and all that stuff. That has dropped dramatically.
Right.
So to me, I hate to say this, but all you have to do is look back in the last few Olympic Games where you grab your best players of each country, and the Swedes have been right up there. The Russians are right up there. The Finnish are right up there. The Americans are right up there. Canada, I'm not saying, obviously, I still think we are pound for pound the best.
That's right.
But
yeah.
at the end of the day, I think that title is going to be taken away from us very soon if we don't start accumulating ourselves in a type of hockey that emulates what they're already doing and have been doing from day one. So I don't know. I looked at those stats and I was actually taken aback. Like, McDavid, as amazing as he is, he's like top 3, top 5. Crosby, same thing, which is great. Don't get me wrong. I mean, that still counts for something. But when the league leaders in each category are European, gotta give them their respect.
Yeah, absolutely. Because this isn't just a fluke. I mean,
No.
like you said, they're top of the class in every major statistical category.
I'll tell you where Canada was leading, plus minus, and I might add, also. No, actually, plus minus was Legaskog. I lied to you. Our boy Marchand, penalty minutes. He was leading the league in penalty minutes.
Well, you know what? It's hard
So
work.
Canada's still getting under the skin of some people. There it is. Now, from there, I want to ask you this. Last week, we left this podcast. We brought up something contradictions. We're like, one week there's a body check that Tom Wilson apparently did and he didn't do, and then that one didn't happen. Then you got Reeves crushing him from the side. He didn't get called for anything. Well, the very next day, it's like everyone's listening to the podcast, and what happens? Calgary is in a game here against Minnesota. Our team captain, the man, the myth, the legend, Mark Giordano, gets a 2-game suspension for allegedly knee-on-knee. Pretty tame. In that same game, very end of the game, Backlund gets smashed from behind, no penalty called, and he's still out. And he's going to be out for a little while, they say. Here we go again, NHL. Do you think that this is ever going to be solved, truly? I listened to the podcast last week, and I loved your idea. I think that's the only way you got to fix this up.
I was going to bring it up again because that's a solution. Number one, it's funny. We talk about the contradiction in sports. You think the argument is, well, it doesn't happen that often. You guys let it go. You know, the refs can't make every play, human error, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, a couple days later, we have the exact same scenario happen. And what bothered me about this one is not so much a suspension on Giordano's part, because when you look at it just for what it is, there's a case to be made. Whether it's right or wrong, at least there's a case. But if you're going to call something like that and you're going to do something like that, knowing that that hit on Backlund took place and there's nothing to be done about it, I mean, you know what? I'm totally sour.
Yeah.
So either just let them fight with no penalties, like let a guy hop the bench and keep that guy accountable and go back to that old-time hockey, or yes, do my idea where right now the person who hit Backlund should get suspended for the exact amount of time that he is sustaining the injury and out of play. On top of that, you got to pay his salary. And on top of that, you get fined. And on top of that, you get no pay on your salary. Because that'll take everything away.
Look, I agree with everything. I hate agreeing with it. I hate it. But I truly agree. Like, look, it's not just because I'm a homer and I love my Calgary Flames. This could be anybody. Bottom line, guy gets smashed from behind, nothing. Giordano look at who he is. He's the team captain.
Yep.
This guy's fought his ass off to get to the league. And I'm not saying he doesn't make mistakes and maybe he deserved the one game. I don't even think. I saw the hit. I didn't think it was anything crazy, to be honest. But it's hockey. Knee on knee's pretty dangerous. Fine, you get two. But absolutely right, man. Like, start calling it down the middle or let these guys deal with it themselves like they did years ago.
Exactly.
Because this is getting worse and people are going to get more hurt. And, you know, it's just
way I look
silly.
at it, Mitch.
It looks bad on the NHL. It looks like
it does.
they can't clean up their own court.
Yeah,
you know?
you're absolutely. And to end it on this one, it's clear that the players nowadays, and not that there's anything wrong with it, are motivated by money. So motivate them by taking away a ton of their money for doing these things. That's it. They love money, great.
Yeah.
But take it away when they do something stupid.
Absolutely. Now, staying on the NHL theme, I got a question for you. This week, I'm sitting at home. I'm not doing anything. I'm probably working on my dance moves like I am right now. And I read this article. I'm fooling around and I see this article coming out of Vancouver. And this one journalist has the audacity already to call Peterson, the rookie, out of 30 games he's played this year. 26 games. He's got 30 points, 15 goals, 50 assists. The greatest Canuck player ever.
No.
Beating out the two Sundin twins. Beating out a guy like Trevor Linden. Beating out Pavel Bure.
No.
What the hell is going on? I know sometimes it's kind of tough to find an article or, write about something. But we got guys, journalists, guys like this that are actually putting articles together. Now, it seems like you agree. Am I crazy to say to me?
No, you're not crazy. And this is what bothers me. And this is why our forum, Mitch, Real Locker Room Talk, is the best. Because we're just two guys giving out opinions. But at the same time, we just see it how it is. What bothers me is you got these reporters right now. This is a professional reporter, a person who's a beat writer who's into the game and quote unquote respected. Are you serious? Do you really believe the shit you're spewing out right now?
That's
the
crazy.
guy's in his rookie career, hasn't even played a full season. We don't even know what's going to happen. And you're really going to sit there and say he's the greatest Canuck of all time over the gentleman that you just named?
Isn't that crazy?
Like, I mean, personal quite for me, I'm a Pavel Bure guy. To me, when I think Canucks, it's Pavel Bure. He was amazing. I think when you look at the Canucks goats, you got to give it to the Sedin.
Well,
twins.
I
mean,
an article like this is a diss. This is a diss to anybody, especially the Sundins that lead that franchise in every category. So you mean to tell me that marketing and just flashy play will forget you in the you know what I mean? Like, a lot of guys will play for money. A lot of guys will play for legacy. Well, in this day and age, and I don't want to pick on the millennials, but maybe I should a little bit.
Wow.
Maybe I should a little bit. Like, are we giving Peterson, or is this guy getting the I'm not saying he asked for it.
The guy can't even take a choke slam.
Is that why they're pumping his tires like, oh, he's a millennial. We better, gotta make sure he's taken care of and that we love him here. This is kind of crazy, man.
It's stupid,
How
Mitch.
could you possibly even print this?
The problem with news, I hate to get into the whole fake news side of things. It's the Donald. But the problem with news, when you have nothing to do, you create content. These people have to get articles to market, and they're under stress. I just can't believe that this guy is taken seriously with something that should not even be taken seriously at all. That's like saying, how can you say that Connor McDavid is the greatest Edmonton Oiler of all time with a few years under his belt with insane stats to prove it when you got a guy like Gretzky, Messier there? You know what? Whatever this guy's name is, stop writing.
Just wake up, man.
Just,
wake
you know
up.
what? Go. You know what you should be doing? Maybe cleaning the automated menus at McDonald's. Clean those. You might be better suited.
Exactly. Now, staying on that crazy train, did you see that highlight of the St. Louis Blues practice? Did you see that? You got two dudes on the St. Louis Blues. You got, what are their names? I got them written down because I was laughing my ass off. Rob Brotuzzo and Zach Stanford get into a full-out brawl, like fight each other in practice. They both play for the St. Louis Blues. I have a theory into why they got into a fight. Do you want to hear it?
You have a theory?
Yeah, here's my theory.
Please.
The theory is simply this. There was a roster opening in their AHL affiliate, and they both were the last two guys that were able to jump in and say, hey, I have a two-way contract. I can go down. And then Rob's like, no, I got it.
Yeah.
And then they got into a fight. Winner gets to go to the AHL. Loser stays up with the second worst team in the league, the St. Louis Blues.
That's genius.
Is that not what you think?
No, that is what I sold. Done.
Crazy.
Why wouldn't they?
Now,
what, you think they're fighting because they're near last? They're in second last place.
Exactly.
No, you're right. The guy's like, get me out of here. I think I know how to do it. That's like George from Seinfeld, who's doing everything he could to get fired. Are these the St. Louis Costanzas?
Oh my God, I love it. I'm gonna write that down. Hold on,
write it down.
I'm writing that down.
We'll tweet them.
St. Louis Costanzas. Now I got a question for you.
Tarasenko's getting upset.
How awkward is that for both these guys going back to the dressing room?
Yeah.
It's now publicized everywhere. Everyone's seen this highlight of these two guys going at it. Like, how do these two dudes even like talk to each other? And let me ask you this: if I'm their coach, because I'm a creepo and a weirdo that way, I put them on the same line, and I put them against like the fourth liners where they have to like band together to fight the other guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like they have to.
No, they got to do a lumberjack match like they do in the WWE. So just like put them in a ring, and then the rest of the St. Louis Costanzas are standing outside.
You know what this is?
And they got to throw them in.
I love it.
Yeah.
This is like a shitty sitcom where you're like, oh, what are you gonna do when Rob and Zach don't get along? And you make them become best friends by the end of the year. Like, it's just so funny to me that these two guys don't understand how lucky they are. You're both playing in the NHL, you momos. You guys, yes, your team sucks. I know you're both competitive, but you guys are teammates, man. You're teammates and you're kicking the shit out of each other. What is wrong with you guys?
So, look, for me, I actually don't mind it. I think it happens more often than you think, right?
Sure.
This one just happened to be publicized and televised. I mean, at least he wasn't banging the other guy's girlfriend.
Well, good point.
You know, at least he didn't.
Mind you, we don't know the full extent of the story.
Allegedly, right? Yeah,
well,
you're
allegedly, the AHL open spot happened.
Well,
that's what I think happened. That's an exclusive for me.
That is so funny.
That's what I think happened.
You put them on the same line. You're absolutely right.
You gotta make them best friends.
Talk it out. What do they do nowadays? I don't even know. That should have settled it. Like, they should be, done.
No. That made it worse. Are you crazy? The one guy threw his stick. Watch the highlight. He threw his stick at the guy. He tried to harpoon him right there. He wanted to kill him.
Cheers!
Exactly. It was creepy. I don't know what's going on with these guys, man.
That is water cooler talk. What an office job. You'd be like, yo, did you see Bortuzzo?
Buddy, now let's go back to the real world again, okay?
Yeah.
You're at work. Some guy gets in your face, and next thing you know, you pound it out, right? Like, you full get into a fight. What do you guys... And imagine it's like NHL.
Compliance nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
Nightmare,
everyone comes, breaks you guys up, but you have a board... By chance, you guys got into a fight right before the boardroom. You guys got to sit next to each other now. Like, how weird is it? It's so weird to me.
I think...
now you made it all weird for the rest of the crew.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think in each of our jobs, if we sat down and said, well, I think I disagree with the composition of our portfolio, and I hucked the stick at the senior director's head, I might be gone.
You could be gone.
Yeah, I think I could.
Chances are you're gone.
Chances are, we're not dropping gloves.
No.
Yeah.
These sports guys, they have it going sometimes.
Who do they think they are?
I don't know what they think.
Part of the thing, too, Mitch, is, they're younger guys. We're getting older.
Yeah.
See, athletes, they appear way older than we think because the perception is they're professionals, they're playing at a high level, there's a maturity level that you have to have in the media. But you look at them and you're like, yeah, well, come to think of it, they are kind of in their 20s. Like, they're just little kids.
Yeah,
like, they don't
that.
really have life experience. Like, half of them don't even have a cell phone bill yet.
Do you think that the coach came over and was like, okay, what happened? And they're both like, well, she said that that I'm not a
100%.
good skater. Oh, I didn't mean it. Like, no, I didn't. And they're like
Coach,
fighting.
he doesn't listen, okay? I told him. Don't exit on your backhand.
You know what? Either we're getting older, and which is obviously happening.
Yeah.
And we are not going. I used to think I was kind of down the middle, where I'm like, you know what? I'm cool with the times.
You don't have time. You
right.
get to the point the older you get. That's why old people, when you get it, you're like, wow, these guys are just they're direct. They're like, hey, how you doing? Hi, can I take you? I'll take the eggs Benedict, like they just said before you can even finish.
Well, he's got a point.
Yeah,
if you want an egg Betty, you should get the egg Betty.
I'm not
right
leaving
away.
you a tip. I want an orange juice and a water. Thank you.
It's your pleasure.
Yeah. Amazing.
Now, going from these two winners, we go to the ultimate winner. In any sport, there's a Hall of Fame, all right? Our marketing director, Paul Demakis, has put together some polls today. And, I mean, I have so many to choose from.
Paul Demakis?
Oh, that's funny. I didn't see it.
I said we should change the name to Paul Demakis.
Oh, I like that. That's good. That's good work. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well, I'm creative. I'm an idea guy.
Well, our creative director today got excited, and he put out some graphs. He put out some polls.
Hold on a second.
Right? Yeah.
So is he officially the creative?
I think he has somehow
director?
hijacked this job. I just don't know where he thinks he's getting paid. That's where I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you.
No.
You're the one wearing a suit right now.
I pay for enough around here.
But, I wish people truly understood how much
dynamic
that one
of it.
actually hurts me inside. That no one understands. All right. So in every sport, there's a Hall of Fame. Okay.
The
So
culmination of achievement and performance.
Paul got a lot of people's feathers in a ruff today.
Mine included, Jerry.
Yeah. When he said, ladies and gentlemen of the roster, does Jerome McGinley deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? Does he have Hall of Fame numbers?
No, hold on. Backtrack.
Sure.
I brought now we'll get to his.
Was that not the question?
No. Because it would start with the Eli Manning.
We'll get to that one.
I know, but that's where this one came in because he put that poll up.
Yeah.
Because when we were arguing about the Eli Manning, I brought this up to him because I tried to bait him.
Okay.
I wanted to bait him and see what kind of hypocrite he is.
Sure.
So yes. He puts the poll up. Thank you, Paul Demakis, creative director for Real Locker Room Talk.
Way to go.
Congratulations on the job.
On the
Happy anniversary.
He got up.
Yeah, he got up. Yeah, he's a made guy. He's a made guy.
Yeah.
So, Jerome McGinley, Hall of Fame. Mitch, yes or no?
Listen, I don't like it when we talk local stuff here, only because I don't want to be that show. But without a doubt, listen, this is a guy that has won on almost every level, except for, unfortunately, Stanley Cup, which is debatable. Okay. The puck was over the line. But that's, again, it is what it is.
We digress.
Exactly. So, does he have the goals? Absolutely. Does he have the leadership qualities? Absolutely. Does he have the personality? Absolutely. Like, literally, I don't even know why it's a question if you want me to be truly honest with you. I don't understand why it's like, do people not think? Because apparently Paul is kind of iffy about his numbers from what I saw. And I get where he's coming from, but there's other guys in that Hall of Fame, a.k.a. Eric Lindros, that compared to Iginla, no. There's no comparison, my friend.
Look, I agree with you. When I and we'll get into it when we talk later, but I agree. Jerome McGinley definitely is a Hall of Fame candidate player. I mean, come on, you know how hard it is to score 500 goals in a career in the NHL? Not only that, but you also look at the time period in which he scored the majority of those goals. He was in that clutch and grab era where the point production dropped all across the board because of the style of the game. And into the modern era after the lockout. So great achievements. Yeah, he didn't win the Stanley Cup, but to me, he's done way more than enough to get there. He's almost like a Mark Messier without
absolutely.
The cups. That's how I look at Jerome McGinley.
It's a great way to look at it.
So he's in.
He's in, Paul. I don't know. Like, I love the fact that you're doing it, but I think it's a no-brainer. I don't think it matters if you're from Calgary
first
or not.
Ballot.
He's a first ballot guy easily all day. Now we're gonna switch gears.
Okay.
And we're going to not go right into the NFL. I got 2 questions for you before we get into the NFL.
Okay.
2 things happened last week, and I meant to bring it up last week, but it reared its ugly head again, and I got to get your take on it. So a couple weeks ago in the NBA, there was a fan that was hazing and just destroying one of the NBA players. I couldn't find his name. I just was busy today and couldn't get his name. And the NBA player grabbed the ball, rifled it right at the guy's head. Like, just ripped it right at him. Then again, last week in the Thursday night game, Jaguars are getting destroyed by the Tennessee Titans. Little melee happens on the field. Fournette gets kicked out of the game on his way out. Him and a fan start going at it. Turns out the fan might have been spewing out some racial stuff to the guy. My question is simply this to you, the roster. I'm very curious. Does a professional athlete have the right to fight back a little bit with guys like that in the crowd? Guys or girls, obviously, in the crowd.
In my opinion,
Yeah.
you're damn right. Let me tell you something, sports fan. If you can dish it, then you be prepared to take it.
That's right.
So, now, look, it's a fine line with me, all jokes aside. I think that, heckling comes with the job. Okay?
Sure.
Just like comedians. We're going to ask Chris LaBelle. When LaBelle comes on the show next time, we'll go into the heckling even more so with him. I know we touched on it, but it comes with the job. You got to take the heat. You're on the road or you're doing a bad performance. Yeah, you got to get made. Now, I think there is a point when a fan crosses the line, then you're in no man's land. Like you're getting out of the proverbial crease, and you should be eligible for full contact, right? I agree with you. Like, I mean, if this guy's spewing out racial slurs, that's crossing the line.
Absolutely.
Anywhere. So you know what? Yeah, pick up a football and huck it at his head, or grab your helmet and just ring him one.
For
I'm
me,
okay with it.
No, same with me. I'm on the side of the players more so. I'm more 60-40. The only reason it's even that 60-40 is because the guy that's paying to be there has paid a ticket. And for whatever reason, they think they can say whatever they want. Well, in real life, you can't do it, nor does it change when you're sitting in that stand, right? However, on the other side of it, I look at these players and who gets to decide? See, there's some players that are super ultra sensitive, and then there's those that, maybe let everything run off their back. I don't know. The only reason I'm 60-40 in the players side is because at the end of the day, yeah, they get paid stupid amounts of money. Let's go. We've had this discussion a million times about how much money but that's not their fault. In fact, it's our fault because we're the ones that are buying all the tickets to go and watch them.
Amen.
So
Finally.
At the end of the day, it's one of those things that, hey, look, we're paying our ticket. Do we have the right to say what we want? Yes and no. We can say things, but I dare anyone if you're that cocky and you think you go to an NFL game and say some racial stuff, go out into the middle of the street and say it.
Yeah,
why is it that you feel so much more comfortable 20 aisles away? You know what I mean? If for the NBA guy, if you got something to say about somebody's mom, which apparently was the reason the guy got so mad and stuff, be ready. And the NBA fined that guy $25,000. So on one end, I get it because you can't let all the players go rant wild.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
I agree. Yeah.
I get it, but you know what? I don't know how you police that. You know what I mean? It's kind of one of those things, but I'm with you. If you say it, get ready, man. Get ready for some gargantuan titan to come over and rip your head off your body.
You know who's really to blame here?
Who's that?
The fan base.
The fan base.
So let me get something straight.
Sure.
Fournette's on the way to the locker room, and you got a guy from another team throwing racial slurs.
Yeah.
Where are you? Where are you, Jaguar fan?
Yeah.
You protect your own.
That's right.
So that NBA players don't have to huck balls in the stands.
That's right.
Or throw footballs or drinks
or jump on the stands and attack you.
Or have Mike Milbury jump the glass and run up in his skates.
See, there's a great example.
Fan, you protect your own.
That is a great example of what should happen one more time, just to remind everyone.
Yeah.
Because that happened like in the 70s, right?
Yeah, but
where he literally hopped, took the guy's shoe off and beat him with his own shoe. That's what you need. You need one more of those to happen.
And actually, if my sports knowledge serves me correctly, the only other guy to do that was Happy Gilmore, who took off his own skate to try to stab somebody.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's
again, I'm a sports
true.
guy, bitch.
Hey, one more before we get into the NFL talk. Last week, it was announced the 2018 Sports Illustrated Muhammad Ali Legacy Award recipient is John Cena. I got a question for you. Does a wrestler deserve to win that accolade?
That's a great question. Now, I am going to say yes, And not from the standpoint because I'm a wrestling fan.
Right.
It's from the standpoint that anything that goes into Sports Illustrated magazine that is covered by Sports Illustrated should be eligible for that award. So my answer is yes. If it's a Sports Illustrated award, Sports Illustrated covers it in their magazine, it's eligible to go. Now, whether I agree with it or not is a different story. But yes, I do think that if they're willing to cover that, it's sports entertainment, it's different, it's not sport.
Right.
But, why not? See, I appreciate the athleticism, right? Like, just as a fan as well. So yeah, I'm with it. I'm okay
I
with
say
it.
why not? I'll be honest with you. I say yes, because this award is actually the behind the scenes of what this reward is. It's like what you do in the community and stuff like that. It's mostly that. And of course you have to be good at what you do.
Yeah, it counts. But John Cena has done more. John Cena's done more Make-A-Wish Foundation.
That's why I guess he won
wishes
it. Yeah.
than the next 10 people combined.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's crazy what he's done. So
no, I think it's kind of cool. But I'll say this. Absolutely good for him and congratulations to him on winning. I think it's kind of cool. I mean, hey, wrestling is still winning the ratings rate when it comes to NFL, when it comes to Monday nights and all that stuff. It's still winning. So it means people are watching, so why shouldn't he be eligible? And the second thing is this. Who's the number one movie star in the world? Well, it's The Rock, right? Yeah. We all know this. So why is it weird that if John Cena wins the Sports Illustrated award? It's not weird because Donald Trump is the president. The Kardashians are millionaires. John Cena's winning this, and The Rock's the greatest. Bottom line, the whole world's going crazy, so why not join the train, baby? Join it.
That's your best take 2018.
I like. Oh,
that might have been. Yeah, that might have. Well, you're getting better. What do you want from me, Mitch? I don't know what you want from me.
Hey, man, I'm just trying to be that guy that's talking like we're in the locker room. Just in a towel. Imagine me in a towel. That's what I want you to do. I'm sorry. Did I show you my? Oh. From there,
very small sports package.
It's not how small it is, how you use it. That's what I've been told.
Yeah, it is.
From there, we go. And we, by the way, Jeff, right on time, sir. Right on time.
And really quickly before we go, Paul.
Yeah.
Paul Demakis. Creative director of Real Locker Room Talk.
Absolutely.
Don't think that we're letting the Eli Manning Hall of Fame
coming
talk.
up. I got here.
Oh, you got it?
I got here.
Oh.
That's right
I
here.
thought you were saving it for next week.
If you let somebody do their job.
Well, I got other NFL things.
I got it. I'm over here now.
Are you over here now?
I'm over here now.
Carmine's gone.
Here we go. Week 14 in the NFL. Each week, I just might as well you should record my voice, Jeff, and just keep replaying what I keep saying. It's done it again. It's changing it all up again. I can't figure this crap out. I can't. This is like an amazing sitcom. This week, we have the guys that we all thought are going to make it to the Super Bowl for sure. The Saints, the Rams, and the New England Patriots all put up zeros. Or actually, Saints won, but they all played like crap. Let's just say that. They all played like crap. We don't know what's going on. We're all confused. The only people that are making money is Vegas and the bookies because this is completely off kilter now. No one knows anything, and we are all getting confused. Now, I gotta ask you simply this, okay?
Okay.
Do we stay on the bandwagon of the Saints, the Rams, and New England as our top three teams and the Chiefs, let's say, going into the Super Bowl? Or do we jump off the bandwagon now?
Well, here's my concerns with this. And they do it again. I don't know what is up with this league. How is it that it's just this league? Every other league, it's pretty predictable. You understand for the most part who's going to go in. You got one or two upsets. Week to week, it's like this is like starting to date someone. You don't know, what do you want?
Yeah.
What do you want from me?
What do you want from me?
Are you tired? Go to bed.
Go out? What
are
is
you
it?
upset?
Do you want to see a movie or not?
Okay, so do you want to stay in or do you not want to stay in?
So we can go see Creed 2. Oh, you want to see To Be a Star or whatever. Is it Born to Be a Star?
Yeah.
Great movie, by the way.
It was.
Great movie. Yeah. Like, honestly, I highly recommend it.
Really?
Born to Be a Star. That
Born
was
to Be a Star, yeah.
That Lady Gaga. That is.
She's something else.
She's got some great pipes.
Talent.
Very talented.
Huge. But
Don't
you know
even
what?
get me started on
Then you got Bradley Cooper.
Oh!
I mean, what's this guy not done?
Wow.
Have you seen American Hustle?
Wow.
That's all I got to say. Just watch American Hustle.
You, sir, are the greatest actor of this generation. He sang in that movie. Like, he was his actual
That's what
voice.
he gets people out of trouble in bachelor parties. You know what I mean?
He's a cook in that one movie.
Yeah.
He's like a Michelin chef.
Yeah, the only drawback, he was a Philadelphia Eagles fan in that Silver Linings playbook.
That was
but I'll
probably
tell you
his
what,
worst performance,
he got
yeah.
to bang Jennifer Lawrence after. So can you blame him?
I'm just nodding my head with people.
I just,
That's
you know,
it.
look, we got the Action Star movie.
Did you answer the question?
No, not yet, because that's what Bradley Cooper does. I'm on the coop.
I'm on the coop too.
Coops. Listen.
Coop, Brady, you're on the same page. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
He could play Tom Brady in a movie.
Don't you start
No,
this.
can you see it?
I see it.
Can
I
you
just
see
imagine,
it?
I just wrote the script right now.
Buddy, you don't need to go for a massage to get a happy ending. You can just watch this movie. Get on the script. Jeff, we're going to need you for soundtrack.
50
Get Studio Jim in here.
$50 says next week some movie production comes out and says some quotes will come out. Bradley Cooper to play Tom Brady. Watch. It's
Dude,
coming out.
We're getting ripped off worse than Chinese Louis Vuitton bags.
It's horrible.
It's crazy.
It's
what happens
crazy.
in this podcast.
It's crazy.
What was the question?
The question was, do we stay on the bandwagon? Yes or
Yes.
no?
Okay. Truth be told, I'm afraid for all of those teams.
Yeah.
Because are they slipping at the wrong time? Now, I don't mind if someone suffers a loss along the way, maybe even right before you get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
But when you got a team like Kansas City, yeah, sure, they're known as choke artists, and you can say whatever you want, but Kansas City, you know, Pittsburgh. Well, I know Pittsburgh a lot, but still, you got these teams that can beat anyone any given Sunday.
Absolutely.
So I'm a little bit worried about New Orleans, New England, like you say. Are they going at the wrong time? But I'll tell you who I'm not worried about, Mitch.
Who are you not worried about?
The LA Ram Illuminati.
Why is that?
Well, let me explain to you. You would think, oh my God, they're trending down. They're in trouble.
Right.
They're losing.
Right.
This is why the Illuminati is Illuminati. They think of everything before we've even thought of it, and then they implement the plan. They're tanking themselves
Exactly.
to increase their odds, and because all they're going to do is hedge on themselves, win, and guess what? You got enough money to buy another Jeffrey Goff.
I just karate kicked in the studio again
Jared
because
Goff,
that's your best take of the year.
Thank you.
There.
Thank you.
Right there.
I had to get in the mind.
That's right.
I had to watch YouTube
That's exactly
videos.
what they're doing. They're trying to throw us off.
But no, not real
How do
locker
you
rooms.
go from throwing the ball wherever and anywhere you want, and there's players catching the ball, guys you've never heard of, Gurley running the ball how he wants, and then all of a sudden last week you can't complete a pass?
Nothing? Come on, Illuminati.
Illuminati.
See, the mistake you made was we follow you now.
That's
We
right.
understand the game. There you
We
go.
got your game.
I got
But I
it.
will say this, just to finish off this one small point on my end, is be aware of the team that can run and play some defense. It's starting to lurk now. We were all year for 13, 14 straight weeks, we're like offense. The last 2 weeks, defense is starting to rear its head. Playoff football is amongst us. It's almost there. We're only 5 games away now. And I'm telling you, it's happening. The defense is starting to slowly creep up, and the run game is slowly. Look at Dallas. Look at Seattle. And what do they both look exactly like? Running the ball and playing defense. That's it.
You know what? In every sport, when you get to the playoffs, they get back to the fundamentals and they get back to the game refines itself.
That's right.
You know, so you get these. That will be one thing that I am worried about a team like Kansas City, you know, where, yeah, they look really good at the beginning of the year when things are loose in the passing game. But as teams get better, you're right. You got to play defense and you have to run the ball, Mitch. And hockey, basketball, football, baseball, it tightens up at the end, and that's why these fundamentals count.
That's right.
You couldn't be more right about that.
From there, we go to everyone's favorite section outside of Maga Malaka. It's the pick'em time. Now, last week we made a big win, big splash in the pool. All right, we got on the scoreboard. We knocked down some guy named Dayan. He has a twin. He wants a piece of this action.
He wanted a piece.
He wanted a piece of this, and what happened? He took us. It was a hell of a fight. I'll tell you this: you're a better fighter than your brother was.
That's right.
Milad's a hell of a fighter.
So let me explain to you exactly what happened. There was much more than just us going down 4-1.
Right.
Much more than that.
Way more.
What happened is he steps up to the plate for twin brother supremacy.
Right.
More on the line. To the point that Dan listened to the podcast the other day, texts me and goes, you couldn't be more right. I'm worried this week. I never thought of it like that.
Should be worried.
I could be cut. I could be out.
You're out.
He's got everything.
Yeah.
He begs. He goes, Dimitri, please, you and Mitch, please. I need this. And what happened? We get into Sunday. It was up. It was down. It was up.
We both had a crappy
But
week.
at the end of the day,
Yep.
the results are in.
The results are in. Do you
And
want to
lady-
tell him? You tell him.
No, you tell him.
No, you tell him. You tell him.
I'll tell him. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it ended as a draw.
You did.
I can't believe it. Right down to the wire. Now, I know a lot of you are saying, okay, well, it's 3-1 for the roster.
You'd think that.
You'd think that. But there are two crucial mistakes
Two.
that Milan made.
Yep.
Number one, push always goes to the house.
Always.
Okay? Push always goes to the house.
Always.
And number two, do you think that Mitch and I pull out the 5-star money-making matchup
Just for fun?
just because it means nothing?
Because it sounds so cool?
Never bet on your team
That's
when
right.
it's the game of games. We told you the Cowboys were going to win. I don't care if the defensive play was great and it landed in Amari Cooper's hands. They would have won anyways.
Doesn't matter.
Because attack Prescott, that's what I'm calling him from now on.
Ooh,
You
I
like
like
that?
that. I like that.
I've been
I like
saving
it.
it.
Yeah.
I've been saving it.
Nice.
Attack Prescott.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Milan. Ty goes to the house. 5-star money-making matchups, the deal breaker. The roster is now winning 3 games to 2.
That's right.
So I said,
That half point.
the real thing that happened, you two brothers should both be ashamed of yourself. Not only is Dayan cut from the family,
That's right.
but I think your parents should get rid of both of you and adopt twin sisters.
That's it. Boom.
Or
That's exactly
did they
it.
just give birth to twin sisters to begin with?
Maybe they did. Whoa. I don't know you guys. I don't know what you look like, so I'm going to stay out of this one
they
until
could
I
kick
see
our
you
ass.
guys.
They
They
could kick
can?
our ass.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, kick you. Yeah.
Yeah, they could.
They can, huh?
Well, the brothers.
Well, then, hey, guys, listen, that's his point. That's not what I thought. I said, hey, sir.
Oh, yeah, right. See? That's
All right, well, big win for us.
Big win.
Big win.
So I said, Mitch, I have to get another opponent.
Yeah.
We got through enough people. I have to get a formidable opponent, someone who's going to push us to the limit.
Right.
We can't just tie the series by just hand-picking just random people off the street.
Yeah.
So do you know who I decided to bring on?
I have no idea.
And we have a back-to-back series with these two gentlemen.
Okay.
Because first of all, I want to announce that in 2018, we did a survivor pool for Real Locker Room Talk, and it came down to the wire. And it came down to a tie between roster members Calvin from Calgary
Yeah.
and Dimitri from Vancouver.
Oh.
Now, I said, we have to challenge these guys
Right.
because clearly they know their football. They understand their
get
football. They're proven winners.
Right.
Not like guys like Paul and Tasso who lose in like week 3 or 4. It's pathetic.
Pretty sad.
You know, I mean, yeah, so did we, but
Yeah.
we
Fair enough, that's
we
a
weren't
different
taking money
issue.
anyways.
Yeah,
we weren't taking,
we
just
couldn't
there-
win it. It's our
we were
thing.
just there to build
Then
it
it
up.
was all like,
yeah, we want to get out.
Yeah, right.
So, Calvin, you're up against the locker room. Mitch, let's get into the games.
Calvin, all right. Listen, we don't have all the time in the world. So, Calvin, you have Calvin's picks?
I got his picks right here.
Let's go. Thursday night starts with an actual, it's an awesome game. Chargers at the Chiefs. Calvin,
Guest honors.
go ahead.
He's got the Kansas City Chiefs.
Do you want me to start or you want to start?
Who started last time?
You did. actually.
Okay, why don't we keep? Yeah, let's keep the momentum.
You know what?
No, you start.
You want me to start?
Well,
I'm going to start.
yeah,
I'm going to
change
start
it
it
up.
up. All right. Well, it's very simple. Great call there, Calvin. I like it, but we're going to, right off the bat, we're going to change it up. We're going Chargers hardcore.
I love it.
Boom.
I love it.
Well, guess what, NFL fan? All the games aren't on Sunday. It's that time of year. We got Saturday games. Browns at the Broncos. Dimitri, it's your call.
Okay, because I got them, I got to look here because they're a little bit in order, or out of order, I should say. So he's got.
No, you decide.
Oh, who do I got?
Yeah.
So we got the Browns at the
Browns at Broncos.
Broncos. Look, you know what? We got some more separation here because I'm taking the Denver Broncos at home, you guys. It's a game that they can bounce back and win here.
And Calvin's got the Browns.
He's got the Browns.
Perfect. Staying on Saturday, we got the Houston Texans at the New York Jets. It's Calvin's call.
Calvin has decided to elect the Houston Texans for his win.
We are going to finally agree on one. We're going to take the Texans as well. We go into Sunday. We got the Raiders at the Bengals. It's my turn.
That's right.
I am, you know what? Wow, what a crappy one. You know what? I'm going to go with the Raider trade. I'm going to go with the team that kind of is a little bit hot, I guess. We'll go with the Raiders.
I like your pick here. Calvin has decided to go with the Cincinnati Bengals. This is an action week.
Wait, we got big time.
Calvin, this is for a tie.
There's no ties here. We go back to you, Dimitri. No, we go to Calvin again. Sorry, pardon me. It's the Arizona Cardinals at the Atlanta Falcons.
Calvin here has the Atlanta Falcons, and I will agree with him.
Okay. Then we go over to the Dolphins at the Vikings.
Makes me sick, Mitch, that I had to rely on the purple team. That I had to rely on that atrocious purple team for my fantasy pool. And I lost a big tasso as a result. Thanks a lot, purple team, but damn it, I have to pick you to win this week.
I don't mind your pick.
Give
What
me
does
the
Calvin
Vikings.
got?
Give me the Vikings. So he's got Minnesota as well.
Perfect. Then we go to maybe the game of the week. It's everyone's new favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys at the Indianapolis Colts. Colts at home are favored by 2.5 against this hot roster. Ladies and gentlemen, we're taking the Colts.
Ooh.
The Colts. Mitch and Dimitri take the Colts.
You know what? That's a tough game, but I like it because I think the momentum's going to run out with Dallas here as well. And as a matter of fact, Callan doesn't think that. He's taking the Cowboys.
Of course he does.
Rookie move.
Yeah, exactly. Bucks at Ravens, Calvin.
The Bucks at the Ravens. Calvin has decided to take the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, Dimitri,
Nice.
what do you got, buddy?
I mean, is it opposite day today, Mitch?
I think it is.
Because this is, Calvin, see, I know that you won the Survivor pool, and I get it, and you want to look at a game like Baltimore, and you say they're on the bounce back, but like your predecessor, Milan last week, made the wrong selection. And Jeff, cue the music.
What?
Because when we get into an instant like this, Dimitri's got to give you the money-making
Matchup, 5-star.
pick of the week. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And why do we have to forget about this team week in, week out? They just played the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah.
And showed that they can play.
They're
and they're
here.
going to come. If you can beat a Saint, you can take down a Raven. Tampa Bay
Absolute.
Buccaneers.
I love it.
Love it.
Love that pick. I like it.
Thank you.
Lions at the Bills. It's my choice. I'm not going to lie to you. I'll go Bills, but I'm not feeling great about that pick.
You know what? Doesn't matter because it looks like this is an offset game. Calvin's also taking the Buffalo
Awesome.
Bills.
Here's your play. Packers at the Bears. Good old Packers.
You know what?
Don't. Hey. Not here. Not here. Not now.
This is my most hated team.
Then you know what you got to do.
This is. I hate this team,
Do not.
but I'm true.
Yeah.
I'm a true fan.
We got this.
This is where the tide is turning.
This is the biggest letdown game of all time.
I love what the Packers showed me last week.
That's right.
We're going Green Bay Packers to beat the Chicago Bears. Calvin, however, is going with the Chicago
Of
Bears.
course he is. Of course he is.
Of course you are.
Redskins at the Jaguars. You're not going to believe it. The Jags are favored by 7 in this game. Poor Redskins, literally, I don't blame them. I'm actually going to take the Jags here. We'll take the Jags.
Yeah, Calvin's got Jacksonville as well.
Titans at the Giants. Two big people playing each other.
Unbelievable. We have Calvin picking the New York Giants. And I got to tell you, I agree with him.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, I like it.
Here's the team. Watch out. I told you at the beginning of the year, watch out for them and watch out for the punter. It's the Seahawks at the 49ers. I love the Seahawks to get a little bit of more of a stranglehold for that wild card.
This is a trade that is not stopping, and Calvin knows it as well. He's taking Seattle.
Here's one of the game, if not the game of the week, the New England Patriots versus the Steelers. Both teams not on top of their game. Who does Calvin have here?
Calvin decided to take the New England Patriots.
Fair deal.
Now, Mitch, when I look at this game, it's tough because both teams underachieved and they got to go back to the drawing board
Right.
and they got to win. I'm going to tell you something, though. Sometimes you got to pick that X factor in sports. I believe the Steelers are so choked how they lost that game coming out of the playoffs, that they're going to beat the Patriots.
I like it. I like where we're going. They're
I
at
like
home.
Steelers.
Here at the Sunday night game, it's the beloved Philadelphia Eagles at the LA Ram Illuminati. Go ahead.
I think this is your pick.
Oh, it's mine. Listen, I want the Eagles bad here. I do, but you got to go Illuminati. I think the Illuminati puts up like maybe 60 points in this game.
I feel the exact same way. Calvin has picked the Rams as well.
Fair. And the Monday night football game, you got the Saints at the Panthers, interdivision game. Saints have clinched. They've clinched.
They've clinched.
But they're not playing good.
Calvin has picked the New Orleans Saints to win this game.
Okay, and what do we have?
This is a tough one. You know what? I'm picking the Saints as well. Carolina.
Beautiful.
I don't know what to do there. I don't know.
I love
they're hot. They're cold. They're up. They're down.
They're down. They're
it's like
here,
a Katy
they're there.
Perry
What are you gonna
song
do
was
here?
named after Carolina.
Hey, listen. Bottom line, it is what it is. All right? It is what it is.
Calvin, good luck this week.
Boom.
You may have co-won the Survivor pool. Don't worry, I'll wire you your
Congrats
money,
on that.
but it's a recession, Alberta. Give us some time, baby.
Listen,
Give us some time.
As soon as you give us the pipeline service, we'll give you the money.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there it is.
Jimmy, I need the money.
Hey, I need your money, Jimmy.
I see fur coats coming
Here we
around.
go.
Everyone's got the money but me. Jimmy.
Speaking of money, Sportsfolio. Do you have any games you want to tell everyone about?
I got a few games that I'd like to pick.
Pound them out.
I'm going to pound it out. So, New England versus Pittsburgh. It's very high. Take the over on this one. It's going to be a lot of scoring. The LA Ram Illuminati, like Mitch said, I believe in that 60 points thing. They're giving them 9 points on the spread. I like the Rams to cover that personally and then some, but I think they'll win on the points. And I love my fight game. I love... In the Sportsfolio this week, the for sure hedge. I told you Lomachenko last week. You should have listened to me because he won in the 11th. Canelo Saul Alvarez is fighting this weekend. I mean, terrible odds. You got to wager a lot to win some, but it's worth it because he's going to take care of business and win easily. That's my Sportsfolio this week, Mitch.
Beautiful. For all the degenerates out there, and what I mean, you know who you are because you're like me. This is bowl season. NCAA. I'm back, baby. So this week it starts. The big ones are obviously towards the end of the month. However, there's a couple. How about a little Tulane minus 3.5? You grab them hard because that tide is coming in, baby. Woo. And then I want you to also grab this team. This team was hot at the beginning of the year. They kind of tailed off slightly, but they're still hot. Fresno State minus 4. Jump on that one. And then this one goes out to my boys, Big Data and Comic Book George, former guys that have come onto the podcast. They're making a road trip, Dimitri, this week.
No.
They're off to North Carolina for a little basketball NCAA action. Zags versus North Carolina Tar Heels in North Carolina. Both are avid fans of each team.
Are they going to come back as friends?
I don't.
What's going to happen?
I don't know. But I'm going to join Comic Book George with the points, the home dog getting the points. I'm going to go +4. You grab them all day long. And finally, started this whole betting sequence today on the Chargers versus the Chiefs. 3.5 points. You grab the Chargers +3.5. There's your Sportsfolio picks of the week.
And just so you understand, year to date, this Sportsfolio is up, my friends.
Up.
That's right.
We'll give you numbers next week. We have to
yeah.
We're obviously a little behind here. All right. And we finally made Jeff. Look at that. Kind of behind.
Not bad.
Not bad.
You know, all things considered.
There. It's okay. I mean, but I promise you, Jeff, this is going to be fun. Grab your microphone. This is good times. Maga Malaka is all about Christmas carols. Now, we are doing a service to the public, okay?
Yes.
Last week, there was a song that has now been, thank God, taken off the radio. Honey, it's cold out, or no, baby, it's cold outside.
That's right.
Okay, has been taken off the radio because it was too provocative for the people of the world to listen to any longer. I mean, it was played for like 50 years.
It's crazy.
50 years too long is the way I look at it.
Because let me tell you something. There is no way a guy should be trying to hit on a woman to move forward in a relationship.
Garbage.
And we will not stand for that.
No, we won't.
It's terrible.
So we decided let's help out the public because there's other Christmas carols out there. Let's make sure they're clean and ready to go for your family to listen to this holiday season.
Beautiful.
All right. We start. Maga or Malaka.
Okay.
Silent Night. Maga or Malaka.
Yeah, well, that's a classic, Mitch. It's MAGA.
Nope. It's a Malaka.
What?
I'll tell you why it's a Malaka. Because Silent Night, to me, shows me that they want me to be quiet. They don't want me to have free speech. So it's a Malaka for me. Jeff, what do you think?
It's a really dark black song.
Oh, your microphone's not on there, but
It's not?
No.
You can't hear me?
I cannot hear a word.
Oh, no. Hang on.
That's part of the Silent Night.
That's fine. See, they're trying to silence your words right now. And that is why we have to call it a Malaka. It cannot be a Maga. It can't. No,
Well,
sorry.
There goes. You know what? You're right. There goes another Christmas.
There goes
grade.
another one.
Okay.
It's
Very
a black
simple.
song. It's a black song.
It's there we go.
I'm back.
You're back.
I'm
Thank God. I missed you for a minute there.
Okay, Mitch. I got a.
Yeah,
I
sure,
got-
go
I got a
ahead.
song
Sure,
for
sure,
you.
go
What
ahead.
about Jingle Bells?
Jingle Bells?
Yeah.
Awesome Maga song.
No. It's got to go.
Why?
Well, because Jingle Bells is really male exploitation to dance with your, with your, your bells hanging out.
I disagree.
And-
I
yeah.
disagree. I disagree. It's clearly a safety issue. You're riding along in a
you
one-horse
go.
open sleigh. You get pushed on. Have you ever been on a sleigh ride?
That's for
He's absolutely right.
I got
there's too many
So-
layers.
So that's just dangerous stuff.
That's
there. And-
dangerous.
And where do you
Also-
find a horse now?
Great point.
Now we're getting into animal
Now,
rights.
Exactly.
You're right, Jeff. That's my. Well, there goes another.
There's another one.
Christmas
That's
hero.
Malaka. Okay, this one should be easy.
Yeah.
White Christmas.
Oh, White Christmas. Yeah.
Where in Miami?
Maga.
Columbia, maybe.
Yeah. Well, that's
White
a,
Christmas.
Maga.
Well, unfortunately, that cannot also be. I'm looking at it from a bigger perspective.
Okay.
And the reality is, well, what about Black Christmas? What about a purple Christmas? What about a green Christmas?
What about the people who don't even have snow or know what it looks like?
What-
Clearly prejudiced.
Hawaii
right. You know
is
what?
going, what are you talking about right now?
You've changed my mind.
Yeah.
And can we even call it Christmas? Isn't it the holidays now?
Again, it's unfortunately a Malaka song.
Yeah. Like you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one.
Okay,
for
sure,
you.
go ahead,
Okay.
go ahead.
What about Do You Hear What I Hear?
Absolutely, this is going to be the winner.
Yeah.
This is a Maga song.
No. See, that's where you're wrong.
Why?
Unfortunately. Well, do you hear what I hear? Why do I have to hear what you hear? Why can't I hear what I want to hear? It should be whatever I choose to hear. So, Mitch, no, we have to scrap this one too. This is offensive.
You know what? Of all of them so far, that could be the most correct. Yeah, you might be right. Again, another Malaka song. Jeff, I got one for you, my friend. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
How about I saw my mom kiss Santa Claus? Maga or Malaka?
Let's talk about this guy coming down the chimney. And
Yeah.
like, what is he doing there anyways, really? And how does he know who's good or bad? And, if he knows that, then he clearly knows why he's there kissing mom.
That's true.
She's a bad girl.
I kind of want to give it a Maga right now.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I still haven't found anything wrong with that.
So he's a voyeur, and he comes down the chimney,
But it is trespassing,
and it is trespassing.
and that's illegal.
And he's bringing gifts that were not required. Like you can't just be handing gifts to people
it's
that you don't
bribery.
know. That's bribery. So it's a Malaka song. Malaka again.
There
Never
goes,
mind the adultery.
There goes, there goes that
Okay,
one.
this one for sure. You ready?
Okay.
Oh, come all ye faithful. Well, how can we possibly not keep this one around?
Well, hold on a second.
Okay.
Christmas time isn't just Christmas. It's a holiday for everyone. So
Right.
do you have to be faithful in order to come? That's an exclusion thing, Mitch. Come only the faithful? What about the non-faithful?
What about the non-faithful?
There's so many non-faithful.
There's a lot
or
of
other
non-faithful.
denominations that don't celebrate Christmas. This, my friend, is divisive propaganda. It has to be taken out.
Unbelievable.
Are we gonna have any Christmas carols?
I actually like the song, but I think it makes people a little overconfident. Joyful, triumphant. Then you got to go to Bethlehem. How do you even get to Bethlehem anymore?
Exactly.
Crazy.
This is unbelievable. So far, we're 0 for like 8. Here.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not our fault.
Do you have one? Do you have one?
Okay.
We gotta break out of this funk. We gotta get something.
Okay. Jingle bells we couldn't do. But
Right.
what about silver bells?
This could be the one. Silver bells.
Silver bells. Is
Silver
that-
bells. No. No,
Is that the Christmas song?
Anything with color, I think, is a kind of a non. We can't go down that path.
You're right.
It's
Why
just-
can't they
it's
be
not-
bluebells?
They're right. And then the bluebells.
Which is something that
That's
all
right.
men have been suffering
Exactly,
for a very
years.
long time.
And that's going to remind most of the guys going, oh, great. Oh, so now you're reminding me that I'm not having intercourse with my wife and this and that because of a certain situation. It's like it's bringing up too much of the past and other
You're right.
things. So
What about-
we got to scrap it.
And that's the thing. If you include silver bells and not jingle bells, now you're not doing bell diversity.
That's true. That's all
Right?
true.
That's
So
bell
it's-
exclusion.
It should be a mix.
Yes. Yeah. that's-
Okay, well,
You know, were these just written in a terrible time?
these people were horrible. They
What
were
about
all
the little
horrible
drummer
people.
boy? What about the little drummer boy?
There
What's
it
wrong
is.
with him?
There it is.
Bum-pum.
No.
No, you can't have that one either. Yeah.
You can't have the little drummer boy. Why can't it be the little drummer girl?
Or why is he little?
Or why can't it be the little drummer, whatever I identify
Or
with?
what about the little guitar player? Why does he have to play the drums?
Why can't it be the grown-up trumpet person?
Can't go with that one either.
Nope. Out,
This
Jeff.
is not
Out.
working. This is not working.
Well,
This is
guess
not-
what?
So does this mean what I think it means?
Yeah, it does, Jeff.
it
All Christmas carols should be outlawed.
That's correct.
What it means, Jeff, is we're going to have no flames, no Olympics, no Christmas. The city of Calgary is killing me, Jerry.
That's right. But it's okay. But it's okay. We got one more. Maybe one more.
It has to be.
It's got to be. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
All day, every day. That's right. I seen you, Facebook. I seen you trying to spin it around and exclude one. We can scrap everything else we want. Because the last time I checked, this was a wonderful story about what it means to be unique and the skills you can bring to the table.
That's
and
right.
damn it, there's a little hope that we can all save Christmas at
Damn
the
right.
end.
And you know what? I'm with you.
Is a hero. He's a hero.
He is a hero.
Rudolph, maybe the biggest MAGA of all time.
Not all heroes wear capes. Thank
He's
you,
my
Rudolph.
favorite drunk reindeer.
That's
Oh,
right.
Rudolph,
He
with your
did get
nose
wasted.
so bright. Won't you guide this podcast tonight?
This podcast rocks.
That's right. So, here it is. You want to listen to something? Turn on your radio, listen to a little Cardi B, maybe a little Backstreet Boys. Maybe that's the new, I don't know, Christmas carols of 2018.
Maybe it's just blank noise.
Blank noise.
Staring at dry paint.
Stare
The way
at-
we're going.
How about this? Just stare at each other. Just look at each other. Don't have any fun. Don't play any games. That's it. Thanks a lot, millennials.
That's right.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks so much. But I'll tell you who does deserve a thank you. The entire roster. Jay, Paul, everybody included. Jeff from the greatest studio of all time, Alchemy Studio, Macromind Media, Agape Greek Radio, and follow us on our channels at Mitch and Dimitri and RealLockerRoomTalk.com. Get active on the Facebook page. Boys, love what you're doing. Milan, good luck this week. But until then, Mitch and I, we got to hit the showers.
And it's Calvin, but we'll crush you, Calvin.
Sorry, Calvin.
And Milan.
Yeah, Milan, you suck.
We'll crush you all.
All of you. All of you. That's
See you
right.
guys. Have a great
Calvin,
week.
get ready.
Do you hear what I hear?
No,
you
no.
hear?
It's outlawed. Stop it. I don't want to get a
We're in the
lawsuit.
locker room. We can say whatever we want.
All jokes aside, man, it's getting to that point, Mitch.
It's already there. What do you mean? Get to that point.